Howdy folks. Hey, we're out in the high tunnel right now. It's cool and windy outside and it's nice and warm in here. I'm sweating actually, and that's with the shade cloth still on here because we're supposed to be back in the 70s and 80s, so I'm gonna be able to leave that on. I do want to show you real quick how I keep or try to keep plants that may not be suited for our zone. How I try to overwinter them in this high tunnel and zone 7B where we're at here in central Oklahoma. So I've got a Eureka lemon tree in this little plastic tent thing, and this is super simple, and I just wanted to show you this real quick. So the guy who built this high tunnel, his name is Leon Sloan. He's in Kingston, Oklahoma. He has a channel called Gardening is it Gardening with Leon or Gardening by Leon? I can't remember. But he is a wealth of knowledge and he's awesome. He says that every layer of plastic will buy you or get you about 8 degrees in warmer temperatures. So the high tunnel is giving us about 8 degrees, and then if you build another plastic layer over whatever your plants or whatever, you're buying another 8 degrees. This Eureka lemon, I think, is rated to go to, it's maybe 30, 31 degrees, something like that. So, you know, we do get the occasional real cold temperatures here in Oklahoma, but they don't usually last long. And, you know, maybe once a winter, maybe twice a winter, where it'll be really, really cold. So what I did was, let's go around this other side here quick. What I did was, I just took 2x4s. Actually 2x2s. So I did 2x2s and I zip tied them to the IBC tote frame. Let me get this other side here real quick. You can see all the condensation built up in here. It's just crazy, but which is great for this tree. So I built this just super cheap frame. It's just all scrap wood that I had, and then I used plastic. This is actually plastic I bought at Lowe's for, I think maybe sometimes they use it for putting under concrete. So I found it it used to be in the concrete kind of area of home improvement stores. I think now it's in the paint area. But this is what I did. I also am lucky to have electricity out here. So I used this heat wire. It's a warming wire, and I should have taken a picture or video while I did this, but this is just a wire that it weaves all in and out of this dirt, and then I cover it, because that's what it actually warms the dirt, not like the air. So I covered it with this cocoa fiber, and it warms that, and I can feel it's warm. So we got 8 degrees with the high tunnel, 8 degrees with the second layer of plastic kind of tent thing, and then this is actually on a thermostat. So when it's, I think, 34 degrees, this kicks on and it will start to warm that. So we were well below freezing the past 3 nights. I think 29, 30 degrees, and which I realize isn't that cold, but for a lemon tree in zone 7B, central Oklahoma, that's pretty cool. This is I planted this spring 2023. So I'm really excited to see what it does next year. I don't know how long it'll take to put on lemons, if I can keep it alive that long, but I'm excited to find out. And that'll just add a whole nother homegrown, home-raised item that we can use for cooking or squeezing into a cold Corona, or I like to cook with lemon, because mainly with fish. So anyways, that'll be cool to have. I think that's going to be really cool to have. So anyways, this is how I do it. Last year it worked really good with some other plants. This is also where probably around the new year, January 1, this is where I will start all my tomato and pepper plants. I start them in trays, and last year was the first year I did that, and it worked fantastic. I've actually never successfully grown my own, mainly pepper and tomato plants from seed. And last year, this is what I did, and oh man, it worked fantastic. And by the time I planted them out in the high tunnel in late March, they were probably already 16 inches tall, don't you think, Chief? They were big. Man, they just really did well. And so anyway, I'm gonna do that this year, and we'll see what the future holds, but it would be super easy to cover these next two beds even, right? The electric is here. It would be an easy deal. I could grow a lot of plants. And then again, in my last video, we talked about how to be profitable, right, with the asparagus. This would be a whole nother way. I mean, these are about 4 foot by 4 foot surface space in these beds. You could really pack some plants in here, and when you're ready to plant, and that you've got a big plant already in a small container, you can sell those for some pretty dang good money. And honestly, there's really not any work in it, and very little cost. So that's another way that you can at least let your hobby pay for itself, right? So anyways, thought y'all would like to see this, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know. See you on the next video.